Boxing has frequently had one star who climbed above the rest of their contemporaries and became a household name all over the globe.
Oh, that right hand drops! Martin here in round number 3, and Martin complains.
Some examples of such stars include Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao. All of those guys were believed to be the face of boxing while they were at the pinnacle of their careers. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, has been the face of the sport in recent years. However, there are a few potential successors who might take over for him in the not-too-distant future. Thus, keep watching this video to see the next big American heavyweight, Jared Anderson. The next big American heavyweight, Jared Anderson. Boxing's heavyweight class has a long history of being regarded as the sport's most glamorous division. Therefore, a young heavyweight from Toledo, Ohio, named Jared Anderson, who's just 23 years old, has been a breath of new air in a heavyweight category that is becoming older and less active. The majority of American heavyweight boxers begin their careers in the sport later in life and participate in other sports while growing up. Even though they possess all the necessary physical equipment, their limitations become more obvious as the level of resistance they face increases. But the one and only exception is Jared. Because he has boxed ever since he was a youngster, and because he has talents that are uncommon for a heavyweight, we often describe him as a middleweight fighter who happens to be trapped inside a heavyweight's body. The method in which he sets himself up by jabbing to the head and body, as well as the way he throws combinations, is not something that we're used to seeing from a heavyweight who's 6'3" and weighs more than 240 pounds. The eye test has been passed with flying colors up to this point, and he is now prepared to take on opponents of a higher level on his way to what seems to be an inevitable battle for the heavyweight championship. It is necessary to have appeal both inside and outside of the ring in order to become the face of boxing. Anderson seems to have a mature understanding of the requirements necessary to achieve stardom, despite his young age. In addition to being an exciting personality both inside and outside the ring, he has a fan-friendly approach. His walkouts are usually entertaining, and he's used them as a method to reach out to and interact with a wide variety of individuals spanning many generations and diverse walks of life. Jared Anderson has every asset necessary to not only become the finest heavyweight in the world, but also the most famous boxer in the sport's history. During the Top Rank ESPN special that was done with Roy Jones Jr., the two of them discussed how to cope with some of the challenges that come with having so much hype and expectations around from a young age. Anderson said during an interview that he does not have as much love for the sport as other fighters do, and that he is seeking to provide for his family and exit the sport as soon as feasible. Many people see this as a drawback, but whenever Jared discusses his objectives, it's always to improve the quality of life for his family and to be able to bring them generational riches. This is something that will inspire you more than a passion for a particular sport ever could. Therefore, Jared constantly mentions this when he talks about what drives him. Even though there is a lot of pressure on him, particularly returning home for his first ever main event, we have complete faith that Jared will exhibit brilliance in each of his bouts going ahead. Is Jared Anderson going to be the next big thing? After seeing the 23-year-old heavyweight prospect Jared Anderson, 16-0, 15 KOs, obliterate the 39-year-old journeyman Andrei Rudenko, 35-7, 21 KOs in the 5th round at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tulsa, top-ranked promoter Bob Arum was on cloud 9. Arum has made his intentions for Jared Anderson's future quite apparent. He has said that Anderson would compete again this year and that he will be the top guy in the heavyweight division. It is possible that Arum will be able to convert Jared Anderson into the next great American super if he makes the appropriate matches for him. Take a look at everything Floyd Mayweather Jr. has accomplished with Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank has become a major PPV celebrity thanks in large part to Floyd Mayweather's astute matchmaking, which has seen him face entirely beatable competition and avoid A-level competitors. Mayweather showed that it is possible to take a solid boxer and transform them into a boxing megastar by pairing them in a certain manner. Because there is not a WBA regular heavyweight championship, it's going to be more difficult for Arum to mimic what Mayweather has done with Tank Davis in order to convert the 6'3" Jared Anderson into a comparable sort of celebrity. This is due to the fact that there are murderers competing in the heavyweight class. It may be argued that Floyd has utilized the WBA regular 135-pound championship as a foxhole to shield Gervonta Davis from opponents like Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko, and Frank Martin. Tank Davis is, in essence, a manufactured product that was created for the purpose of making money. However, Arum will have a harder time defending Jared Anderson from the predators that might reveal him as being a similar hype job now that the WBA regular heavyweight championship has been removed. But if Anderson is successful in obtaining one of the heavyweight championships, he will be able to schedule his fights in such a manner that he will not be required to compete against anybody of comparable caliber for many years. Take a look at how Tyson Fury has gotten the most out of his WBC belt since he won it in the year 2020. He has already competed against British journeyman Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora, earning a boatload of money from those battles. And now he's competing against Francis Ngannou, a former champion of the heavyweight division in the UFC. Because Anderson has indicated his intention to retire at the age of 27, he will be able to sidestep potentially dangerous opponents for the next 4 years, allowing him to become the next great American superstar without having to compete against anybody of note. For example, Bakodir Jalilov looked more impressive than Anderson when he knocked out Honorio Dewariemi in the first round on the same card at the Hard Rock. Interestingly, Arum didn't seem all that excited about Jalilov. It seems, based on the way Arum was talking, that they want to attempt to produce a celebrity out of Jared Anderson, who, at this juncture, seems to be the stronger fighter. If all went according to plan, Arum would put Jared Anderson in the ring against dangerous heavyweights like Jalilov and Arslanbek Makhmudov so that he could demonstrate that he deserved to be the next great American heavyweight superstar. However, it's not likely to take place since those individuals have the potential to mess things up for Jared and bring him into the open. Jared Anderson, I don't feel like I have to be a world champion. The idea of one day becoming a world champion is what drives a lot of boxers all around the world to keep training and improving their skills. Also, the golden strap that is now displayed on their mantle is the only thing that is occupying their thoughts. On the other hand, while most people are enthralled by it, Jared Anderson couldn't care less about that significant accomplishment. I don't feel like I need to be an undisputed champion or I have to be a world champion, Anderson said in a recent interview. Although he moves and has the reflexes of a middleweight, he nevertheless has the power to blend in absolutely well with the rest of his heavyweight contemporaries. Many people believe that it is just a matter of time until Anderson, 16-0 and 15 KOs, gets to the top of the heavyweight mountain and takes a number of belts because of his unique combination. But despite having all the potential in the world, Anderson has said on several times that he does not enjoy the sport of boxing. Anderson participates in the dangerous sport in large part because he sees it as a means to a goal. Anderson, on the other hand, is more focused on the zeros that are linked to the end of his paycheck, whilst many of his competitors have hopes and objectives that they aspire to achieve inside the ring. For Anderson, the year 27 has been determined as the goal date for his retirement. When that moment comes, he anticipates that his bank account will be bulging with a significant amount of life-altering money. It's possible that this may come off as disheartening to some people, but Anderson isn't interested in hearing what other people think. Anderson will be more pleased with what he sees in the mirror whenever he pauses during his exploration of his luxurious mansion. Leave a comment telling us whether you believe Jared Anderson has what it takes to become the next great American heavyweight and why you think he does or does not. And that wraps things up. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.